This is a day we've been waiting for a long time. So Allan Rienstra here with SDT, and this is my opportunity to officially welcome Adrian
Thank you, Allan.
to the team. Really happy to have you here.
Well, it's great to be here, and it's been a great start here with SDT Ultrasound Solutions, so I'm excited to be here.
You're enjoying some Canadian weather?
Yep, got a nice dose of sleet and freezing rain yesterday, so yeah, I'm just diving right in.
Welcome to November.
Right.
It just gets worse.
Yeah, well, it didn't help that it was 80 degrees in South Carolina yesterday, so but it's all good.
You'll be home soon.
Right, yeah.
So you've got a lot of background in the ultrasound world. You've just joined the world's favorite ultrasound company.
Yeah.
And we don't need to talk too much about your previous life in the world, but you stepped away from a little bit.
I did.
So what were you doing?
Yeah, so I took a little break from the PDM and equipment reliability world, stayed in the industry, but I went to work for a company called Progressive Reliability. And so we worked with companies to help them find highly qualified people for their open maintenance and reliability positions. So we did anything from reliability engineers to maintenance managers, all the way to technicians, mechanics, and more specialized positions like ammonia refrigeration technicians, for example.
That's a real step away from industrial sales, but I see that as a real necessary service to industry with the labor shortage that's going on.
Yeah, no doubt. And it was fun. You know, it was still being a resource for people. And it was very rewarding to work with a company who had an open position that had been open for months and months. And then you finally find them a superstar. So you've filled a gap for them, but then you've also taken someone who was looking for their next opportunity and you put them in a place where they're the right fit. So it's good for the company that you've got them somebody great, and then it's good for the individual because you've helped them to be somewhere where they can really grow and initiate a lot of reliability programs for that facility.
It's got to be rewarding to know that you're helping. Because in a lot of cases, these are young people who are coming out of college or even just elementary or high school. You're helping them launch a career.
Yeah, a lot of times that's the case. Yeah, or you're taking someone who is in a bad culture, a bad work environment, highly reactive, and then you're putting them in a better culture of reliability.
It's a good way for you to spend a couple of years in a pandemic, not being customer facing, not being on airplanes, not being in plants.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, a lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of Teams meetings, and a lot of working from home.
Yeah, a lot of Teams meetings, a lot of virtual meetings, and that is kind of a good lead in because once I got into that, and again it was very rewarding, but I did realize that I missed the more client facing interactions. You know, I missed being in tune with being in a plant, being in a facility, knowing what's working well for them, and then understanding their challenges. So
that always draws us back.
It draws us back, and it is fun, to be able to go into a plant and people that we work with in maintenance and reliability, they're just genuinely great people. They love to talk about their process, how things are made, and then in turn, they also like to talk about, what's working well and then what's not working so well.
And the real good ones, like the real down-to-earth good customers, they all have one thing in common. They care.
They do,
They care about their assets like they're their children.
They do, yeah.
And that's one thing I've always loved about, I've been doing this, as you know, for over 30 years. I get to see how everything's made, but I don't have to go back there day in, day out. But every time I've been to a new facility, or let's say a facility that I haven't seen that process before or seen how that's made before, if it's the instant the customer senses that this is new to you, open door tour.
Oh yeah.
Away you go, and you get to learn the whole process behind it, and they tell the story with so much passion. That's the most fun for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you stepped away for about 18 months.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
About a year and a half, and you got a little itchy, and you're back in. So I mean, a person with your pedigree and the level of, just the level of influence that you've built for yourself. There's a good brand behind Adrian Messer, let's face it. You could have went to a number of different places. What attracted you to SDT?
Well, I'm back with the technology that I'm very passionate about, and that I am, comfortable with, that I know a lot about. And, out of all the PDM technologies, ultrasound is the most versatile. So just the simple fact that it can be used for a variety of applications. And, the technology has been around for 50 plus years, yep. But it's amazing at the number of people who are still unaware of where the technology is today.
How it's evolved.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, from our SDT 150 that I sold in 1991 to today. And I was telling you a couple days ago, I had somebody approach me at a conference just recently who said, and it blew me away, he still said, oh, ultrasound is still one of those artsy type tools where it's not a scientific measurement, you're going out and you're feeling your way through. And I, no, man, you're in the wrong decade.
Right, yeah. It's no longer subjective. It definitely has evolved to a more diagnostic tool for sure.
Yeah, and a trending tool, yeah. So we're happy to have you here. What I'm curious to know from your, because I know the answer to this question myself already, but in your mind, what experiences, what skill sets do you bring to SDT that are going to help us to deliver on our mission to our customers?
Yeah, that's a great question. I built my entire career on building relationships. Mm-hmm. Again, that's just the beauty of our industry and the people that we deal with on a daily basis. Again, they're looking for people who can be a resource. They're looking for people that they trust. And those are two things that I bring, strong points that I definitely bring to SDT.
I saw that. I saw a lot of evidence of that in the comment sections of your LinkedIn post when you announced that you joined.
Well, again, it's
quite an outcry.
Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, it's a tight circle, and the industry is small enough that there's no reason to make a lot of enemies out there. So I've always prided myself in being trustworthy and just being a resource and open for the people in our industry.
Yep, excellent. And I'm sure that that's going to be a success formula for both of us. Yeah. The biggest issue that you see facing organizations today that we can solve with ultrasound?
Yeah, that's a great one too. Regardless of where a facility is as far as their maturity in their reliability program, they still have things happen. They still have failures. So ultrasound, again, is to a point where we can help to find those problems before they become catastrophic to where now they're experiencing unexpected downtime. So with our vigilant system, with some of our remote monitoring options, we have the ability to help to eliminate that unexpected downtime.
Yeah. So I would add to that also that the one overarching theme I see in just about every customer I visit, and I just came back from a 2-week tour of Saudi Arabia, and so if you think for an instant that it's different over there because it's not America or it's not Canada, they've got the same problems that we have. Yep. There's more defects and there's fewer people to find them.
Yep.
And so I really think that that's the niche that ultrasound fits, is that, especially with our lower price range checkers.
Yep.
We put a technology into, we put more foot soldiers on the ground.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, well, again, welcome, and how can people get a hold of you? You've got a new email address now?
Yep, I've got a new email, so it's just adrian.messer@sdtultrasound.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, so feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and between my email and LinkedIn, you're guaranteed to get a hold of me.
Great. And then the next big conference that we're going to see each other at is?
We'll be at IMC, the International Maintenance Conference. That'll be December 4th through the 8th down in Marco Island, Florida.
Looking forward to that. That's the next time you and I are going to get a chance to hook up, and we have some new products to show there too. So yep. It's going to be great. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Allan.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.